Okay, like every good millennial, I've been listening to the audiobook of Lena Dunham's memoir, Famesick. I literally have no one to talk to about this. None of my friends are invested the way that I am. I do a yearly rewatch of Girls. I used to subscribe to the Lenny letters, so I'm like very clocked into the Lena Dunham multi-universe. If I go on about every single thing I want to talk about, this video is going to get too long, but what I really want to talk about is her relationship with Jenny Connor, which I find absolutely fascinating. She meets Jenny Connor when she's like 24. Jenny Connor's like 38. And they essentially become business partners. They do Girls together and then other ventures. So they did Lenny Letter, the newsletter, blah, blah, blah. Lena Dunham, again, very young. Jenny Connor was like getting out of a marriage. She had 2 kids. So I can totally understand how they develop a friendship. It seems like they are very similar in some sense. And if you work in media or if you work in any creative field, I do think that there is this like lack of boundaries and this like enmeshment that ends up happening when you work so closely to someone, for better and worse. So it sounds like they were incredibly enmeshed and codependent. And more than anything, Lena's very codependent with Jenny for multiple reasons, but also it didn't seem like Jenny really set any boundaries. Like Jenny was a divorced woman with 2 children and Lena Dunham was in her mid-20s. And I'm wondering how much of their relationship was like, I'm sure it was a genuine friendship, but also I'm like, Jenny Connor seemed to really have hitched her wagon to Lena Dunham's like name in order for her to make money. Like the fact that Jenny Connor's ex-husband was the CEO of their like Lenny letter thing, it's just all very strange to me. Like I think Jenny was also too dependent on Lena. And ultimately they have their big friend breakup. I kind of love that they went to therapy together. And if you've ever been through a friend breakup, they are often worse than romantic relationship breakup. So I find it really endearing, you know, that like they were so close and then they just like sort of drifted apart between Lena's multiple health issues and her addiction and also Jenny Connor's sort of inability to maybe understand what was going on with Lena fully. I don't know. It all seems kind of strange to me. Other things to know, the relationship between her and Adam Driver makes complete sense to me. He seems like the type to be sort of erratic and weird, and I think that really helped the character of Adam in the show because they have this like weird, beautiful tension where it's like, does he hate her? Does he love her? You don't know, but it seems like that's what was really going on in real life. Her parents seem to coddle her a little too much, actually way too much. But I also think that it's nice that her parents have always really been there for her. The relationship with Jack Antonoff, fine. I think they were cute, but obviously it didn't work out for multiple reasons. And I don't not like Lena Dunham. Like I like her. I like her work. I will watch shit that she puts out, obviously. I think that she does have a voice and a point of view. And of course, Girls is an amazing show. And I don't think that that show would have been able to happen had she not been this like early 20s, like insufferable millennial that's like privileged. It just really touches on a very specific moment in time. And I think that the only way it was able to be so raw and authentic is because she was so young. And also I think that like media after 2016, after 2020, just became so overly produced and a little too shiny. And I like that Girls was never that. And for all her faults, she's definitely a weird lady who's made a lot of mistakes and probably does not take enough accountability and has like a perpetual victim narrative about herself. But I do think that it's compelling for her to talk about being famesick and to talk about how fame erodes like your entire life and your personality and your family and your relationship and your sense of self. I don't think that we get enough of those perspectives because the people who have really been impacted the most by fame are died young. And I think she's aware that that probably could have been her. So anyway, very interesting overall. I think that as she's reaching 40, she's finally sort of getting a better sense of herself. And to me, she's always seemed like the type of person who's meant to be just like an older, eccentric lady. So I'm very curious as to what she will continue to do.